When it comes to corrupt administrations, presidential historian Robert Dallek says Trump's administration is close to the top of the list. Fox reports, what makes it particularly distressing is the view that this is not an aberration, but rather the new normal. Dallek wrote for The Guardian before delving into the numerous times America's democracy has been questioned in the past. Dallek has written a number of books, including Franklin Roosevelt: A Political Life. In his Guardian oped, he hoped to share a possible message of hope that our country will get through this moment. He went into even more detail when speaking with Vox, still ending on a positive note. Keep up with this story and more by subscribing now. President Trump sits in the Oval Office with his administration, some of whom have since been removed from the White House, while on the phone with Vladimir Putin in January of 2017. Reuters' Jonathan Ernst. The White House has had scandals for years. One of the most notable scandals was Nixon's Watergate, which resulted in a U.S. president resigning for the first and, so far, only time in history. There was also the 1921 Teapot Dome scandal, in which Warren G. Harding's administration came under fire, as Dallek told Vox. This scandal involved the lease of Navy petroleum reserves in California and Wyoming for extremely low rates to private oil companies with no competitive method of bidding. According to Britannica, the culprit was Albert Bacon Fall, the Secretary of the Interior for Warren G. Harding. Still, amid all of the corruption that has occurred in the White House, the dishonesty committed by Donald Trump and his cabinet is nothing to ignore. Trump runs the Trump International Hotel in D.C., which brought into question whether he was violating the Emoluments Clause. A lengthy investigation has delved into the allegations that numerous members of the Trump administration may have gone on extravagant vacations with taxpayers' money. Former campaign chair Paul Manafort was indicted, and there's a possibility that other members of Trump's administration will be indicted in the near future. Dallek told Vox that the most unique thing about Trump's corruption is the president's complacency. Often you see a lot of corruption result from a lack of oversight, but I think this administration is quite different in that Trump really sets the tone for all this. He encourages it, really. President Trump and Vice President Pence leave the Capitol on November 16, 2017. Mendel Nanaf BGT Images. The historian also added that Americans have become more cynical about politics due to the blatant dishonesty of the Trump administration. The statistics certainly prove it. 538 reports that currently 38% of Americans approve of Trump, and a whopping 55.5% disapprove. In a Bloomberg piece written Wednesday called "Let's Start Taking Trump's Unpopularity Seriously," reporter Jonathan Bernstein stated that every previous president since polls have been recorded, this dates back to Truman, was still in positive territory at this point. When a rare level of corruption is brewing in the White House, this reflects in the approval, or lack thereof, among the people.